WTFtober 2017 is finally here, and what a better way to start things off but by talking about, once again, Popee the Performer. For those who don't know, Popee is a creepy little CG anime I made a couple videos for last year. And while I did freak out and entertain people last year, it wasn't until many months later that those two videos I made blew up, easily becoming two of the biggest I've ever made. With one of the videos reaching around 2,000 likes and counting, which sadly as a YouTuber of my status, isn't so common. I mean, the videos became so popular that I appear on the series Know Your Meme page, and if that wasn't crazy enough, I'm even featured on the creator's Twitter, where he basically says he doesn't speak much English, but he thinks my videos are a good way to introduce his series. Which honestly is the coolest thing to ever happen to me. Arigato, Matsuda-san. Now, my two videos from last year mainly set out to introduce and count down the episodes I found to be the weirdest. However, this time around I want to give you guys my full honest thoughts on the series itself. Truthfully, there isn't too much I could say given the nature of the series, but since a lot of people asked me about it, I figured why not start off WTFtober with it.
Oh no! Oh my god!
What the fuck?
Now, if I were to compare Popee to something, it would probably be Happy Tree Friends. You know, a short little series that fools you with its goofy cartoon antics and colorful cast of characters, only to sucker punch you with its insane violence and bloodshed. Only unlike Tree Friends, Popee was originally meant to be a show for kids. Sure, a lot of shows kids watch in Japan are a lot more hardcore when compared to what Western kids grow up with, but I mean, come on! How would you expect kids to watch this one with its nightmare-like imagery only enhanced by the wonky CG and constant bloodshed and death? As in almost every episode, one if not all the characters die, and while done in an extremely cartoonish fashion, it's pretty disturbing nonetheless. So while I doubt a kid could enjoy this series without needing therapy afterwards, as an adult I actually do enjoy this series. Maybe not as much as the majority of the fanbase who've turned this series into a cult sensation to the point where it not only has thousands of insane fan art online, but even a fucking toaster. Which, it's been a year, but I still cannot get over that. Seriously, I don't even think the most popular anime out there have a toaster they could call their own. But getting back to the main topic of today, there is a lot to enjoy with Popee. While visually not the greatest at first glance, it does make up for it with having a surprising amount of style, as it does have a more Western feel to it with its art direction and character designs that are surprisingly memorable. The Western feel is made even more apparent with most of the words here being spelt in English, really bringing out that old school slapstick cartoon vibe. That, when paired up with its bright colors and circus setting, really does have a whimsical and cartoony feel, and along with the soundtrack further captures a comfy dreamlike, or depending on the episode, nightmare-like tone. While the soundtrack can get pretty repetitive, in a weird way it sort of makes things a lot more comforting as it becomes more and more familiar by the episode. Oh, and then there's the main theme that, trust me, will get stuck in your head. I haven't really watched this series properly in a whole year, yet I still find the main theme popping in my head every now and then when I least expect it. But getting into the actual show itself, while highly disturbing and weird, it's always fun seeing what Popee and his fellow circus friends, I use that term very loosely in this case, are up to, as they get into the absolute craziest of situations as seen last year in my countdown. Kinemono does no wrong, Popee is a complete psychopath and asshole, and Popee is just a straight up weirdo, though he actually is one of my favorite characters. Now, Popee's short length really benefits it, as once you get into the groove of it, Popee becomes a hard series to stop watching. Last year, I originally had no intentions of talking about Popee the Performer. However, a couple weeks before WTFtober last year, while thinking if there's anything extra I could add to my list of planned videos, I remembered a weird CG short I came across on YouTube many years back, and after finally finding it, I began watching it to see if it would truly fit with my month-long special. And what do you know, I managed to get 2, or I guess 3 videos out of it, as well as a really unexpected amount of popularity. which still surprises me to this day considering my Popee videos were actually really rushed due to them being a part of my video schedule so late into the preparation for the year. And really, I guess that's all I can say about Popee. It's just a series that was made beyond WTFtober. Again, a lot of people are asking me about my thoughts on this series, though I really can't think of anything to add beyond what I said here. There's also a Popee manga, however it's just a bunch of fun and wacky 4-panel comics that can get pretty weird at times, are just too short and few to really make a whole video out of. Well, I may be done with Popee, at least for now. The creator still has plenty of other works to talk about, which I'll be getting to later this week. However, before that, we'll be taking a look at what's often regarded as one of the worst animes of all time, the Abunai Sisters.